You're waiting for someone?
My mother.
Me too.
Bang, jangan abang.
Son, Mami kêu này à? Hả? Gặp anh Kim hả?
Sean.
It's okay. Hả?
She says she loves you.
பசிக்குதா? சாப்பாடு கொண்டாந்துருக்கேன். சாப்பிட்றீங்களா?
எல்லாமே முடிஞ்சு சாப்பாடு.
ஆமா. ஆனா நீங்க உயிரோடு இருக்கிறீங்களா? நாம அதிர்ஷ்டக்காரங்க.
Wow.
Don't break my heart.
Today. Thank you for joining, and today we have Dr. Radesh here to talk about smoking and its effects. Welcome, Dr. Radesh, and you can brief about the talk right now.
Okay, good afternoon to everyone, to all the participants. I'm Dr. Radesh, currently practicing in Melaka under Kementerian Kesihatan Malaysia. So thank you for inviting me to talk about today's topic, which is anti-smoking. Okay, a lot has been said about this smoking for the past, for the past few decades. We have been hearing news, through the social media, the television, newspapers, where they talk about the adverse effects of smoking. And a lot of parties has been blamed, our parents, our teachers, our schools, and then our education system, our health sector, all has been blamed. But keeping mum over this issue is tantamount to condoning it. All right. So smoking is a very hard habit to break because tobacco contains a very addictive chemical nicotine. All right. Same as the heroin, similar to heroin, other addictive drugs, the body and mind quickly gets used to this nicotine in cigarettes. Soon a person needs to have it just to feel normal. Okay. People start smoking for several reasons. Okay. One of it, they might think it's cool. Okay. Others start because of the family factors, right? where the family members, for example, the elder brothers or fathers, smoke, and even peer pressures. Okay, they get influenced by their friends. Almost all adults, okay, started before they are even, sorry, most of the smokers, they start smoking before the age of 18 years old. Okay, most of them never expect that they become addicted to smoking. That is why it's so much easier not to start smoking at all. Okay, so many of the chemicals in cigarettes, okay, for instance, we have the nicotine, cyanide, are poisons that can kill in high doses. Alright. However, our body is very smart. Okay, it goes on the defense. It has its own defense mechanism. Okay, when it gets poisoned by these chemicals from the smokes, right? That is why the first time smokers, they often feel pain or burning sensation over the throat and lungs. Some even throw up during the first time of smoking, right? So let's see what are the side effects of smoking. Okay, what are the complications can smoke lead to? Okay, first of all is the heart disease. Okay, how does this heart disease occur? Okay, as we all know, we have blood vessels supplying to our heart. Okay, first is the coronary vessels. That is the blood vessel that supplies to our heart. Okay, and we have something called the endothelial lining. That means the blood vessels has its own wall. So when we smoke, okay, the smoking chemicals, right, the particles from the smoke causes damages to these blood vessels. Okay, so when there's a damage to these blood vessels, it causes formation of atherosclerotic plaque, and then eventually this plaque becomes weak. Okay, secondary to mainly due to diabetes mellitus or hypertension, and eventually this plaque becomes big enough to cause a clot to these coronary vessels. So hence this thing cause myocardial infarction, or in layman term we call it as heart attack. All right, and heart attack, when it occurs, the most serious complication is death. Right. Okay, second thing is stroke. How does stroke occurs is that similar to the heart, we have blood vessels to the brain. Okay, and then these blood vessels, what happens is that it supplies these blood vessels supplies to blood to the brain, right? Similar to the coronary vessels, these blood vessels to the brain also get clogged, right? So eventually leads stroke because there's less blood supply. Because of this clot, there's less blood supply to the brain. Okay, that is why we call it a stroke. Okay. Third thing is lung damage. Okay. So third thing is lung damage. What happens when we smoke? These particles and chemicals, it is identified as irritants to our lungs. Okay. In a long process, these chemicals, it becomes irritants to our lungs, and it will cause a long time inflammation. Okay, that is where we have few types of diseases from smoking affecting the lungs. For example, the coronary, we call it as chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, COPD, right, where the lungs becomes hyperinflated because they lose a particle called elastase. Okay, they permanently become hyperinflated and they can't contract. So when older people they can't exhale the air, right? Other types of complications, one of the main things we see in advertisements, even the cigarette boxes we see, is the cancers, right? For example, the lung, the throat, stomach, and bladder cancers. Okay. So as we see, as the number of patients I see in clinics, in hospital setting, most of most of the lung cancer patients, when we ask them, do you smoke? And they say yes, they have history of smoking for past almost 20 to 30 years. Okay, and eventually they end up in clinic because of cancers. Correct. Other complications we have, for example, the gum disease. All right, causes blackening of our gums, and then it can also cause bleeding. Okay, and then fourth thing is the other examples could be yellow teeth. Okay, this is cosmetically it affects us. Right, it's kind of ugly, right, to see yellow teeth. Okay, and then we have also increased risk of infections. For example, pneumonia. What is pneumonia? Is basically our lung. It's called, layman term we call it lung infection. Okay, when we smoke, these smoking particles, all these debris from these smokes will enter into our lungs, and then it'll cause inflammatory reaction to our lung, eventually causes inflammation reaction towards our lung. And then when there's inflammation, there's mucus. That means there is secretions in our lungs. So when there's a microorganism comes in contact with the secretions, they becomes infection. Okay, so we call it as pneumonia. All right. Okay. Besides then, we have greater risk of diabetes. All right, weaker bones. Okay, our bones becomes brittle, and then we have skin problems such as psoriasis, and then wrinkled skin, ulcers. In terms of ulcers, we can see gastric ulcers is one of the most common complication. Okay, and then smoking can also affect sexual health. All right, in both men and women. Okay, in men we can see impotence. All right. Okay, girls who smoke on hormone-based birth control methods like the pills, the patch, all right, or the ring, have a higher risk of serious health problems like heart attacks. Okay, for example, those who are taking we call it as OCP, oral contraceptive pills, and then when they smoke, okay, they have higher risk of getting heart disease. Okay, all right, and if a woman wants to get pregnant, okay, smoking makes it difficult. Okay, all right. Besides these long-term problems, okay, the chemicals in the cigarette and other products can also affect the body quickly. Right. Teen smokers, okay, in young adults, youngsters, one of the side effects of smoking is bad breath. Right. They have what happens that the smell from the cigarettes, they tend to stick on their shirt. All right, they'll have a bad breath. They have bad breath, and then also the smoke from the cigarette will stick on their shirt, and then it's kind of awful to even stand beside them because of the smell. All right. Okay, so cigarette leaves smokers with a condition.
Sanjeevan and Sangeeta are here to present the forum about our anti-smoking campaign. To start off today's forum, let's hear it first from Alastair Nathaniel.
Hi guys, my name is Alastair. So this is my forum. So as an organizer, I gain a lot of experiments by meeting many new people. As for me, the participant made my job of explaining and leading the activity simple when I did organize it. As a participant, it was too fantastic of work on my teams to plan and learn a lot of running and activity. Additionally,
so the forum for myself, on my point of view, is based on my experience in joining this anti-smoking, is that I was able to give my thoughts to the public's mind on the long and healthy living lifestyle of anti-smokers. I was glad to increase public awareness of the immediate health consequences of smoking and secondhand smoke exposure. Encourage adults who smoke to quit and provide free assistance and meet the requirements for goals needed that were assigned to me and taking control of the event.
Hi, I would like to conclude what I learned during this PEC management skill. We as a group worked in team and planned everything from this awareness campaign project. We learned how to communicate with each other members. What we learned is the bad effect of smoking, which is for long and short-term impact. We also
Sanjeevan, I'll be continuing the section. So as an organizer, I gained a lot of experience by meeting many new people and facilitating the campaign with participants who share my enthusiasm and interest in participating. Management skills can be defined as certain attributes or abilities that an executive should possess in order to fulfill specific tasks in an organization. Management skills are vital for any organization.
I finished most of the work. I don't want to spend time by listing the names of each member of my team, their attitudes and their jobs they do and do not complete. All I did was create a contribution table in Appendix B with a list of their jobs they completed. I also invited the guest speakers so that our environmental event could be held effectively while monitoring the Microsoft Teams platform which is being delayed.
And I'm going to talk about the reflection of the PEC 300, which is management skill. What we have learned is the first week is ice breaking week, which is I can get to know to everyone